Hello there, folks. Hey, this is Joe Azu here. Hey, today's video is going to talk about what I call a cheapo RS232 to RS485 converter. I've always wanted to play with one of these, and I finally bought one, and now I'm doing a little video about it. So the thing I got here, team, is this device right here. I got it off a website called Amazon, and it's a simply it's got a DB9 connector on one side, which is your RS232, and then it comes out RS485 on the other end. And these are some pictures of the drawing, the device. I got my cables landed over here in terminals A and B, so forth, or 1 and 2. And that's what it looks like. It's a whopping $8.98 today, believe it or not, $8.98. So what I'm doing here in this, over here in communications, is I've got a DA70. I'm using that for this demo. And I've got the first serial port, which is the RS232 port. I've got it set up as a Modbus master. And that Modbus master is talking 9600, 81 and none, these baud rates. If I click on slave number 1, there's slave number 1. I've got everything set up here default. I'm ping holding register 1. Everything else is standard settings in here. No big deal. That's what I got going on there. And then on serial port number 2, which is the first of the 2 RS485 ports on this DA70. This one I am driving, I'm using the Modbus RTU slave driver. It's drop number 1. I have the high then low here to match my settings over here, high then low. That's kind of usually opposite. And then I've got the device here. I just happen to name it I am slave 1 because that's what this thing's acting as. Since I'm designing my own slave device, I've got to add gateway blocks, so I've got a gateway block in here. I renamed it Send Data to Master. That's what it is. And if you look at this gateway block, it starts at 4001, block size of 5. And as I go through these numbers, you'll see those are the 40,001 to 40,005. And all I did here is I grabbed some tags from the slave registers I made up and put them in here in these places here. So let me go over here to data tags. And notice, team, that there is no gateway block under the device under the master because I'm going to map my tags directly to the registers there. You only use gateway blocks if you're doing protocol conversion, or in this case, I'm designing a slave device. So if I go over here to the left, click data tags over here, notice I've got a folder here called I am slave 1 tags. And if you notice, all of these are yellow because I'm just using a simple random function to generate a random number between 0 and 32,767. And then under slave 1, which is mapped to the slave 1 here, notice tag 1, 2, 3, and 4 here all go to those registers there. So these are all internal here because they get mapped in the gateway block here as the device. And then over here, these here are mapped directly to that device through the Modbus master method. So if I go over here to display pages, here I just drug them out. I put some pictures on here so people can see. This guy's acting as the master. This guy's acting as the slave. And if I go ahead and download this to the unit, that's it. Go over here and look at the web page. Here it is. Voila, you can see this guy's acting as the master on RS232, holding the 45 port. And that proves it works. This is really cool for $8.98. I'd call it a cheapo RS232 to RS485 converter. A great way to add another 45 port to your awesome Redline products. Anyway, hey, thanks a lot, folks. Have a great day. See you later.